Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight on the Newshour, we bring to you a political super scoop of the month this election season. When Modi's rivals are busy and consumed by the result day jitters, Modi's vision firmly remains on development. Sensational details in just a few minutes, but first up, let's take a look at the top headlines this Friday evening. While opposition's focus firmly remains on elections and on May 23rd result day, Prime Minister Modi is already working on his second term. Mega inside scoop from the corridors of power on the Newshour in just a few minutes.
कि आजादी के बाद इतने चुनावों में प्रो इनकम्बेंसी वेव पहली बार देश देख रहा है.
In the citadel of the Hindi heartland, Prime Minister Narendra Modi predicts mandate for 2019, says nation witnessing a pro-incumbency wave for the first time.
कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष का फैसला हुआ कि वहां पे जो हमारे पुराने कैंडिडेट थे अजय राय, तो उन्होंने कार्यकर्ता के रूप में उनको वहां से टिकट दिया.
Whether she will be contesting from a seat which Rahul Gandhi would vacate if he wins Amethi and minority.
We will deal with it when we get there.
Congress speaks in two voices over Priyanka Gandhi. While Pitroda claims it was her decision, another loyalist says it was Rahul's call not to field her from Varanasi.
अब मिट्टी से मिठाई बनाएगा और उसमें कापूर दे देगा. जैसे लड्डू में किशमिश और काजू बादाम देते हैं ना, वैसे मिट्टी में लड्डू है और उसमें कापूर लगेगा और पूरा दांत तोड़ देगा.
ममता बनर्जी को गुस्सा क्यों आता है? Ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi on an Akshay Kumar interview revealed that she sends him boxes of sweets and clothes, well, she's hit back saying this time around she'll send him a box full of pathars. Where's your sense of humor, Miss Mamta Banerjee?
You're watching the News Hour at 9.
Let's go across straight to the election super scoop. Times Now has learnt that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has already instructed his ministers to prepare a plan on his second term. This comes right in the middle of a busy election season where there are 4 more phases to go. He has not only demanded a 100-day plan from the ministers and their ministries, he also wants to discuss all of this in the time gap between the last day of polling ending on 19th of May and the result day on the 23rd of May. So 20th, 21st and 22nd are the days Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be sitting with his ministers to chalk out how all the promises made in his manifesto are going to be implemented. Times Now has learned that Prime Minister Modi has asked all ministries to give a roadmap not only for the first 100 days but also for 3 years, because that's a landmark year in 2022 when independent India turns 75. India at 75 really has a very important place in the Prime Minister's vision and agenda. He's talking about doubling farmers' income by 2022, Make in India in the defense sector by 2022, Pakka House to every family by 2022, creation of 10,000 new farmer organizations, high-speed internet in villages by 2022, all viable rail tracks to broad gauge by 2022, and 1.5 lakh centers under Ayushman Bharat, plus achieving the goal of clean Ganga by 2022. That's the kind of information, that's the kind of a plan that he wants from every single ministry. Let me get in Nikunj Garg, internal security editor, who's been following the corridors of power. Nikunj, the diktat, which is a verbal diktat, there's no written order, has gone out to every single ministry. What's the information you're getting?
Well, absolutely, Navika, and the bureaucracy is busy working on it, irrespective of the fact that they don't have any written orders, in the sense that the ministers can't issue new administrative orders at this point of time because of the Election Commission's overarching supervision over the administration in the Government of India. But I was in the Ministry of Home Affairs, and 100 days plan is already ready. And as you said, crucial inputs for India at 2022, when the nation completes 75 years, and particularly specifically ambitious plans like Clean Gange, Namami Gange, where you have seen a rejig of the ministry, change of guard at the ministry, and also administratively ministry was completely rejigged. The responsibilities between the joint secretaries and the secretaries were completely worked out, changed once all over again in last year. All of those will have their plans. All the concerned line ministries will certainly have their plans ready very, very shortly. And I think the review period that you specified of the 4 days between 19th and 23rd is extremely significant. And at least one thing for sure you will have to give to this administration, that the directions that come from the Prime Minister's office are taken with extreme seriousness, unlike, unfortunately, some administrations in the recent past.
And if you thought the Prime Minister is only looking at a 100-day plan and a 3-year plan, you're mistaken. He's planned. He wants a full blueprint over the next 5 years, from 2019 to 2024. And Modi is aiming in the next 5 years, whatever that it takes, to make India the 3rd largest economy by 2030, a 10 trillion economy by 2032, permanent UNSC membership, plus 100% irrigation cover across India. Also, what he's talking about is build 60,000 kilometers of national highways, connect 100% of villages with rural roads, and operationalize 100 new airports. Modernize 400 railway stations, cover 50 cities with the metro networks and coastal road network. All of this being planned by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is not a man who's in any doubt about who's forming the next government. And let's listen into the Prime Minister in Varanasi this morning when he said he's coming back and there is a pro-incumbency wave in the country.
ये देश भर के कार्यकर्ताओं की मेहनत है कि आज कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक, पासीघाट से पोरबंदर तक देश में उत्साह का माहौल है। और देश में लोग खुद कह रहे हैं, फिर एक बार हमारे देश में इतने चुनाव हुए, चुनाव होने के बाद पॉलिटिकल पंडितों को अपने माथापच्ची करनी पड़ेगी कि आजादी के बाद इतने चुनावों में प्रो इनकम्बेंसी वेव पहली बार देश देख रहा है। जनता ने मन बना लिया है और इतिहास का मैं फिर कहता हूं, पहला मौका है कि इस तरह का चुनाव लड़ा जा रहा है। जनता हमें जितना प्यार दे रही है, उसके प्रति हमें हर पल आभार जताना है।
The legitimate question on the Newshour tonight: Modi's second term plan, optimism or overconfidence? That's the question, and that's the big debate coming up on the Newshour. Modi second term plan. That's the hashtag, ladies and gentlemen, and the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, GVL Narasimha Rao, National Spokesperson and MP of the BJP, Anand Ranganathan, author and scientist, Shehzad Poonawala, lawyer, Chetan Singh, political analyst, Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist, and my friend Suneet Chopra, senior leader of the CPIM, Tausif Ahmed, political analyst, also joins me live from Kolkata. But first to our segment that's called The Standpoint, where Shehzad Poonawala takes on Chetan Singh. And Chetan Singh, Congress has conceded. Rahul Gandhi takes 2 seats, gives up Amethi, goes to Wayanad. Priyanka Gandhi actually even shies away from a contest after speculation and feeding speculation for weeks on end. Has the Congress now just given up even before the election? 4 phases has still to be gone through.
अभी आपने जो दिखाई थी क्लिप उसमें मोदी जी वाज सेइंग कि देश में उत्साह है. You see, Utsaha is there, and there was far more Utsaha in 2014. In 2014, there was a vacuum. There was a lot of scope to do something. That's the reason people have given vote to them. That's the reason BJP has created history. But what has happened? Now you see, these are the event management firm which are managing the entire show. In these last 2 days, what we have seen in Banaras, we all know what all has happened. Now, let's talk about the challenge. Where is the challenge for Modi ji in Banaras? If he want to take a challenge, then he should have taken Wayanad, he should have taken Amethi, Raebareli, or he would have taken the seat in front of Akhilesh Yadav. Then there would have been a great challenge. See, third point, most important, 100 days. Now, when you talk about 100 days, what we have seen previously also, what has happened? Now, 3 main bodies they have designated, they have assigned to take care and to implement the plan. They had 5 years with them. What has happened in Banaras? 32 big sewage goes into Ganga. What has happened? Nothing. It has not reduced to 31. It is still 32. First. Second, unemployment, black money. These 5 were the big major issues in 2014. That's the reason people of this country has given a mandate to them. Black money was the top. But now we get the news, they say that the black money has doubled, tripled outside in all those banks where we were hoping that something going to happen. Unemployment,
your time is up. Your time is up. Unemployment, corruption, no development, everything is going wrong. Yet Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who had the godsend opportunity to win from Varanasi, didn't even try to do that. Shehzad, ये sour grapes हैं या इनका कोई एजेंडा है?
आपने जो न्यूज़ ब्रेक अभी बताया है नाविका जी, इससे चुनाव परिभाषित होता है और मैं आपको बताता हूँ किस तरीके से. पहला परिभाषा ये है इस चुनाव का, दल हित बनाम देश हित. कुछ दल है जो एक होकर आ रहे हैं कि कितनी सीटें हमें मिलेंगी, जीतने के बाद अगर जीते तो हमारा कौन प्रधानमंत्री बन सकता है, कौन सा मंत्रालय लेगा. जबकि प्रधानमंत्री का एजेंडा ये है कि मंत्रालय में काम क्या होगा. तो एक दल हित की बात कर रहा है, एक देश हित की बात कर रहा है. दूसरा, जो आदरणीय चेतन जी की बात सुन के मुझे एक और फर्क समझ में आया. एक है पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ नेगेटिविटी, कि आपने ये नहीं किया, आपने वो नहीं किया, मैं क्या करूंगा ये नहीं बताना चाहते हैं. और ये जो स्टोरी आपने बताई है, प्रधानमंत्री इज इन अ वे गिविंग अ ब्लूप्रिंट दैट मैं सिर्फ 100 दिन नहीं 3 साल और 5 साल में क्या करना चाहता हूं. तो नेगेटिविटी वर्सेस पॉजिटिविटी. तीसरी बात, डीलर वर्सेस लीडर. डीलर्स ये होते हैं जो एक हो जाते हैं एक दूसरे को 10-10, 20-20 साल गाली देने के लिए क्योंकि सत्ता में आना है. लीडर वो होता है कि जो बोलता है कि मैं सत्ता में आऊं ना आऊं, मैं देश को विजन देना चाहता हूं और वो देश का विजन चाहे मैं ना भी रहूं तो भी मिनिस्ट्री में इंप्लीमेंट होता रहे, और इसलिए मैंने ब्लूप्रिंट दे दिया है. चौथी बात, ये है चुनाव बिटवीन कॉन्फिडेंस एंड कंफ्यूजन. कंफ्यूजन है इसलिए अमेठी से वायनाड भागते हैं. दीदी बोलती है मैं लड़ना चाहती हूं, फिर वो भाग जाती है रोड शो देखने के बाद. और कॉन्फिडेंस होता है इसलिए वो व्यक्ति उतरता है मैदान में और कहता है कि मैं सिर्फ ये नहीं 2019 नहीं 2024 तक का देश को एजेंडा दूंगा.
Well, your time is up and I'm opening up the debate and I want to ask Tausif Ahmed. Tausif Ahmed, this is clear vision. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and directions going out from the Prime Minister's office to every single ministry, not just finance ministry, not just rural development and agriculture, but even talking about linkages with fruit processing ministry, how to make the farmers double their income. all of these plans are already working right now. In fact, at least 5 top secretaries that I've met today have said very clearly that they are too busy this summer. There's no vacation because they have to prepare a 100-day plan, a 3-year plan and a 5-year plan. Tausif Ahmed, this shows the commitment of the man of taking the country forward and not just looking at petty gains through campaigning during elections.
Well, Navika, this so-called laying down vision is also part of campaigning. I don't know why you don't see to it like that. Now, if we have it is interesting that you're talking about Modi's vision. Modi's vision was also Make in India. What he did with Make in India, he built a Patel's statue which was constructed by Chinese company. Modi's vision was demonetization. What was the purpose of demonetization? To curb black money. What happened? 99.3% of demonetized money came back into the system. That is the RBI's report. No, there's no proof of black money coming back. There is and more than that, more than 100 people were killed due to demonetization. So if you're talking about Modi's vision, you cannot today forget what he promised in 2014 and whether he performed it during the last 5 years or not.
But do you admit that the man is talking about implementing something else? At least he's talking about a vision. He's talking about a plan on the table to be implemented on the day after the new government is formed.
No, he is not talking about implementation. He is worried. He has tried every trick in the books. He has polarized the vote. He is worried that he is going to lose the election. Now what he is doing is talking about vision to his vision to show that he is confident.
Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao,
because
you know, is it a worried man? Is it a worried man who lays down a 100-day, a 3-year and a 5-year plan, or is there a man who is absolutely sure and confident? You know, respond to Tausif Ahmed.
No, Navika, people can see the entire opposition in jitters, the entire opposition in a completely state of fragmentation and in a sense of disarray. You can see this in the opposition. I think anyone who has seen the Prime Minister during this campaign and even earlier would know that he is a man who is committed to doing his national duty. He does not think about elections. Let me tell you this from my personal experience. He is one political leader who does not think about elections during 5 years of his either chief ministership earlier or prime ministership. Only 2 months before the elections, he starts really doing his political work or the campaigning work. So he is very confident of his work. He cannot lose any time after this election is over. This has been his way of governing even in Gujarat. Every day of his life, every day of his tenure is devoted for national work, and he cannot afford to lose another 3 months after the polls. He is certainly coming back to power. He is going to get a bigger majority mandate than what we got in 2014, and he is simply a man who is committed to a mission. His mission is not to simply get re-elected. For a lot of people, returning to parliament for Rahul Gandhi is a mission now, because he is scared of losing in his own seat. But for the Prime Minister, I think he has a sense of, he has a great devotion to his work, and he's simply focused on doing that work. He's not going to waste any time.
Rashid Kidwai, I want to pull out my fact check number 1, and I want to give you a track record of all the schemes that the Prime Minister launched earlier on in his first term. Jan Dhan Yojana, which is recognized in the Guinness Book of World Records with the number of bank accounts, over 18 crore bank accounts that have been opened. Sehaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana, 99.93 households illuminated. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, 8,000 crore allocated, and nearly over 7 crore such connections have been given. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan started very early. Gram Sadak Yojana. All of these schemes were put out. What do you make out from the fact that now, this time around, 100-day scheme, 3-year scheme and 5-year schemes are already on the anvil? Is this a man who knows who's absolutely supremely confident that he's coming back? And where does that leave the Congress party?
I think, Navika, first and foremost, every political party going in elections is entitled to have a kind of, vision, a sense of expectation and confidence. Mr. Modi has worked out a vision document. It's very good. It's good for him, good for BJP, good for country. The other day, I was with talking to some Congress leaders over tea, and they were discussing if there is a coalition government, will Congress get finance and external affairs? So, every political party, when this kind of atmosphere is entitled to have a view, vision, dream, wishful thinking, whatever you want to call it, it's there. Fact of the matter is, at this point of time, any government, it is legally, in terms of propriety and otherwise, investment minister model, it's a lame duck government. They are not supposed to.
But that's the difference. That's the difference. While the Congress is looking more lame duck than the government in power.
That may be yes, I agree with you partly in the sense that the Congress is story of fundamental opposition, but Navika, we look at elections this year, this time election.
Forget all the appearances. No. You know the Congress party like the back of your hand. Tell me, what's the mood in the Congress party?
This is not you must understand, Navika, this election is not, Congress election. If the Congress best scenario is that if regional parties do well, non-NDA regional parties do well, and Congress crosses 100+ mark and all, and there could be a coalition government, that is the best scenario. So in any case, it's not a question about.
But in the last 2 or 3 days, have you seen the shoulders getting slumped even further? Now come on, come on.
No.
Come on, tell us. Come on, tell us that.
No, it's not a question of.
आप और हम इन गलियारों में बहुत सालों से घूम रहे हैं, हमें पता चल जाता है.
It's not. Why should I be taking? I have written about it. The fact that it is a setback that Priyanka Gandhi not contesting from Varanasi after herself speculating. This has been it has made a dent in whatever her image within the party, otherwise outside. All these things are there.
Well.
देखिए, हमें एक बात तो यहाँ पर समझनी पड़ेगी, बीजेपी की जो रिपोर्ट है, ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट है, वो मोदी जी के पास चली गई है, इसीलिए ये सब विजन डॉक्यूमेंट 100 डेज प्लान ये सब कुछ ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड थर्ड फेज हैव गिवन ए क्लियर रिपोर्ट टू द एंटायर नेशन.
272 टू कांग्रेस,
23 तारीख को पता चलेगा.
272 टू कांग्रेस.
नो, इट्स नॉट अ इंकम्पेंट गवर्नमेंट. देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन. देखिए, पहली बार ऐसा है शहजादी पहली बार बीजेपी
टिपिकली ऑफ द कांग्रेस, टिपिकली ऑफ द कांग्रेस, यू वर इन कांग्रेस. Rashid ji, typically of the Congress.
You were in Congress.
At least Modi is giving mission statement. Congress is giving commission statement. कि आप आएंगे तो हम ये मंत्रालय आपको देंगे, हम वो मंत्रालय इधर लेंगे और ये मंत्रालय. इनका तो नेता तय नहीं हो रहा, नीति कहाँ से तय करेंगे? नेता जो तय नहीं कर पाएंगे, नीति कहाँ तय कर पाएंगे?
नीति की बात करें,
नेता तय कर पाएंगे ना नीति तय कर पाएंगे?
कोई नीति नहीं बनाई.
You give mission statement, not commission statement.
Anand Ranganathan and Mr. Suneet Chopra. Let me get Anand Ranganathan and Mr. Suneet Chopra. Anand Ranganathan, when a Prime Minister who's supposed to be an outgoing Prime Minister, or at least at the moment, while he's the Prime Minister, he's facing an election. The fact that such a Prime Minister and his office are getting a 100-day plan, a 3-year plan and a 5-year plan made, is it tantamount to the kind of exhibition of confidence, or is it really something that the opposition is missing here?
Thanks very much, Navika, for having me. You know what they say, watched kettle never boils. So I'm afraid, in Academy Award parlance, this is again akin to Mr. Modi addressing his shampoo bottle. Be that as it may, I think it's fantastic that someone's already thought of what happens when I win, and I think everyone, let's be honest, everyone is in this race to win. And if the Prime Minister thinks that he is going to win, his party is going to win and form the next government, I think it's very good that he is already chalking up the plans, next 100 days, 200 days, whatever. But I want to ask a very serious question, and which is this: do we have a parliamentary term of 5 years or 10 years? You see, if it was for 10 years, then you can understand, yes, as the Prime Minister himself said, and he used the words very eloquently. He said, these last 5 years, we have addressed the requirements. The next 5 years, we will address the aspirations. That's a brilliant line. and a lot of people have fallen for it. हाँ ठीक कह रहे हैं अभी they have worked. So you have Ujjwala, you have Ayushman Bharat, you have toilets, you have electricity. Yes, requirements. You see, and now he wants to focus on aspirations. But there are two things here, very quickly. One, we have a 5-year term, not a 10-year term. You see, you can't have a lost generation. In fulfilling the requirement of a certain class of people, you will not fulfill the aspirations of the other class. And that is what has happened. Because you can only spend as much as 24 to 27 lakhs per year. That's your budget allocation. 21% of that goes in propping up six public sector units. There not been a single PSU privatization. NP of 10 lakh
Anand
crores.
Ranganathan, nobody is trying to say that India doesn't have problems or the government doesn't have a problem and has delivered 100%.
It is very good that
the only question I'm asking you, Anand Ranganathan, today is, look at the opposition and their confidence level and look at the Prime Minister and his confidence level. Look at Rahul Gandhi looking for a safe seat out of Amethi in Wayanad. Look at Priyanka Gandhi not even wanting to contest from Varanasi after feeding and fueling expectations.
We have to understand that's a democratic setup.
Look at the other parties in the opposition. I'm saying, has Modi juggernaut taken the wind out of the sails of the opposition, and he's thinking way ahead of what the opposition is thinking. The opposition is only thinking that 23rd को EVM में से क्या निकलेगा और फिर how will we get everybody together, who will be given what if we have a chance to make a go at the government. Whereas Prime Minister Narendra Modi is saying, I want a 100-day plan because on day one, I want to implement 1, 2, 3, 4.
रैली हो रही है उसमें क्या सुना था हमने पहले होली अनहोली अलायंस अनहोली अलायंस पूरे साल पूरे 4 साल 5 साल आप तो गालियां देते रहे बाद में क्या हुआ अब सामने स्टेट शेयर हो रहा है तो ये क्या होता है सबसे ज्यादा पार्टियां किसके साथ अलायंस है
Anand is right constitutionally speaking ma'am government
give me the courtesy please
1 second Anand just 1 second
excuse me
constitutionally
can I please take 30 seconds to
yeah, Anand, I'm just making counter to your point. Anand is right. Government has a tenure of 5 years as per the constitution.
Because the question
but governance does not have a tenure of 5 years.
That's right.
Governance does not have a tenure. Modi is giving governance, not government. These people are running after government. Modi is talking about governance.
1 minute, gentlemen.
What we've seen MSME में क्या हुआ है? We've seen in बनारस.
आप अमेठी का governance दिखाइए ना.
तो प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा ने लड़ा क्यों नहीं बनारस से?
अब इसका जवाब दूं?
हाँ जवाब.
अब देखिए, अब आपने लड़ा या नहीं लड़ा, ये उनका डिसीजन है, पार्टी का डिसीजन है. Top-down approach. It is a hierarchical
to
approach.
fulfilling this promise.
It is not a autocratic
because that is the fountainhead from which India can be aspirational.
अच्छा तो मोदी के सामने चैलेंज नहीं लेना चाहते ना? मोदी के सामने चैलेंज नहीं लेना चाहते.
जो ग्राउंड पे रिपोर्ट्स आती
है दिल पे हाथ रख के सच तो कह दीजिए कभी.
देखिए आप जो ये बात कह रहे हैं ना इस पे दिल पे हाथ रख के कहने वाली बात तो पूरे हम लोग जितने नेता आते हैं जितना भी गवर्नेंस का काम होता है वैसे ही होता है लेकिन जब यहाँ पर जो काम हो रहा है लुक एट इन बनारस व्हाट इज द कंडीशन ऑफ द पीपल लोकल पीपल जाके मोदी को हराओ
Rashid Kidwai you have studied, you've written a book on the way the Congress functions. I want to ask you, Rashid Kidwai, has Priyanka Gandhi and has Rahul Gandhi choosing a second seat really shown the weak flanks of the Congress party?
I think it's a combination of many factors. It is, they are being, kind of self-conscious. There is a view that, Priyanka Gandhi should not, as a general secretary, she should not overshadow the Congress president. There is also a talk that, if you have this kind of, the Congress also has a certain culture. They just don't want to, they think that if Priyanka in the first election, if she loses, then how would they explain to people? There are a lot of things. I think the more important thing is the inexperience that is showing. There's the old guard and the young ones and those non-political people giving their inputs. It's a lot of things. Congress's story is about survival, struggling. There are 3 Gandhis are there, Sonia, Priyanka, Rahul. They're struggling to get 100 mark. There are a lot of challenges are there. But I think this election is not between Congress and BJP. This election is Modi versus Congress and Modi versus regional parties. And the outcome will show. Now, because one very important thing is there, because when there is an incumbent government and if it fails to get, another mandate in the sense that BJP got 280 192 seats. If there is a shortfall, then it will be a kind of reflection on Narendra Modi government.
Oh.
He will have to explain it. He may form the
in
government.
In Karnataka, wasn't it a reflection on the Congress government when their seats reduced?
See,
भाग के जाके जनता दल से हाथ मिला के सरकार बनाई ना.
There is no defense. But I am saying in democracy, coalitions are an innovation.
Well,
it's about simple majority.
Mr. Suneet Chopra, I want to pull out my fact check number 2, and this fact check shows how vulnerable the Congress party is feeling. The Gandhis have been made to work overtime in Amethi. Rahul Gandhi to visit Amethi for the 3rd time this election season. पहले जाया नहीं करते थे because Amethi was a safe seat. Priyanka Gandhi जाती थी. This time Congress chief to address 5th Amethi rally. Priyanka has visited the strongholds of Amethi and Raebareli 4 times. Sonia has visited Amethi and Raebareli twice. इतना तो कभी भी नहीं गए वो.
नहीं करना चाहिए था. They should have been.
So Suneet Chopra is the Congress party insecure?
To be concerned. It is better to be concerned than to be like a man like Adolf Hitler, who built a 1,000-year Reich and within a few years broke his country into 2 and ended up committing suicide. Overconfidence is more dangerous than lack of confidence.
You agree you have lack of
confidence. And I looked very carefully at Mr. Modi's plan. And he said, the focus is on freeing the key sectors, oil and gas, minerals, infrastructure and education. And you know what is going to happen? The forest rights law will be thrown out, environmental laws will be thrown out, your petrol prices will go up after the elections and nobody is going to bother about it. And when Mr. Modi came to power, the richest 1% of this country had 47% of the wealth. Today they have 74% of the wealth, and he's handing over more money to the wealthy. And believe me, a 1,000-year Reich didn't survive. Modi will not survive that either.
GVL Narasimha Rao, Modi is Hitler and he will not survive, is the prognosis of Mr. Suneet Chopra. Respond to it.
No. The more they abuse, the more they criticize, the better for us. Because left parties don't really exist in the battlefield today. They are confined. Only to Kerala.
That's the game.
So please listen. Please wait. I think Rahul Gandhi is I can see a Congress left coalition because Rahul ran away all the way to Wayanad only to get this kind of support from the LDF in Kerala. Because Rahul realizes that a fight in Amethi is getting very difficult for him this time. And you see, if there is a pro-poor government ever in India, I think it is Narendra Modi's government. And all the left supporters who actually lean towards left ideology, I think should vote for the BJP, because there has never been a government that cared for the
GVL Narasimha Rao is asking you also to vote for the BJP because Modi is such a pro-poor policy man.
Yes. This is the first government.
So Mr. Suneet Chopra, who will you vote for?
Not a pro-poor policy man. He has looted the assets of the poor and handed them over to the corporate rich.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition is still quibbling. They're still calling Prime Minister Narendra Modi names. But after the show of strength in Varanasi and the statement by Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying that there is a pro-incumbency wave, we're telling you that the entire bureaucracy is currently working out a plan, a 100-day, a 3-year of India at 75 and a 5-year plan. And these plans will be put up to the Prime Minister between May 19th and May 23rd. No break for the Babus, no break for the ministers. It's business as usual on 20th of May for Prime Minister. Is this overconfidence or is this optimism? What do you think? Tweet to us, send us your comments as I thank all my panelists, and I'm going across to the big election hot seat with Gautam Gambhir on the other side. Good evening and welcome to the election hot seat on the Newshour tonight. Gautam Gambhir, congratulations for really learning by the fire, because you don't have too much time since the announcement of your candidature and the elections on the 12th of May in Delhi. But Gautam Gambhir, already a criminal complaint has been filed against you by your opponent Atishi Marlena of the Aam Aadmi Party. Not only do you have two identities, a cricketer and a politician, now you have two election voter cards as well. That's what she is alleged.
First of all, thank you, ma'am. See, I only have one voter ID, and that is from Rajendra Nagar, where I live. Yes, I used to live. I used to have my grandparents' house was in Ramjas Road, and I stayed there initially. But then I don't know where that voter ID has come from. I've never voted from that constituency ever. I only have one. I've only voted from Rajendra Nagar, so I don't know where it's coming from. And I think all I want to say is that, see, when I joined politics, there was a time when a lot of people said that, you know, honest people should come into politics and decent people should come into politics. But then probably I've realized today that why decent people and honest people do not want to come into the field of politics is because they literally have to stoop down to the level of certain people who, rather than thinking about the people of Delhi, are tweeting and trying to cancel the nomination and all that stuff. So probably the decent people or do not want to stoop down to that level as well. But yes, I've taken that plunge. I want to do something. I don't want to be sitting at home just tweeting about everything on all issues. I wanted to be on the ground level. There are two kinds of people who one wanted to just sit all the time and keep tweeting about it. There are other kind of people who want to go on the grassroots, want to work, try and implement whatever you tweet about. So probably I've taken that plunge and I'm really excited about it.
But Gautam Gambhir, Atishi Marlena has said that because you have two voter IDs, your nomination is going to be completely cancelled and disqualified, and therefore people in East Delhi should not waste their vote. What would you tell people in East Delhi?
See, this is what the election commission needs to will decide. So she's no one to decide whether I'll be barred from contesting elections or that kind of a stuff. And I've always maintained one thing. Whenever I've spoken to all the workers of Bharatiya Janata Party, I've only tried to tell them that we want to do politics of development. We want to do positive politics. We don't want to stoop down to that level where we start criticizing Aam Aadmi Party or Atishi or even Lovely ji, because I think they've got no vision to give it to Delhi, and that is the reason why they have to stoop down to this level and try and keep putting blames or keep involving the other candidate into this negative politics. Yes, we want to go to the public. We want to try and give them the vision. We want to make, we want to give them possible vision, we want to make them possible promises, and those promises which can be achieved. We don't want Delhi to be like London or Paris, which has been promised by our current CM. We want to try and make Delhi just like Delhi, and probably make East constituency the best constituency in Delhi. So try and make promises which can be achieved, and that is going to be our only challenge, and that is going to be our only vision when we go to the people of the East Delhi.
So what can a cricketer turned politician do in the next 2 weeks to impress his voters in East Delhi? What are the promises that you can put on the table, because you have just 3 MLAs in the assembly? Aam Aadmi Party has all the other 67. What can you do?
See, try and go there with honesty and try and probably give them promises. Like, obviously we will definitely try and work on especially in our constituency about clean water, which is the basic need of every Delhiite, and that is what I think we should be talking about.
Kejriwal also came on the promise of honesty. Kejriwal also said that he is not a quintessential politician.
Ma'am, wohi to farak hai. I think that is the only. See, I don't want to compare myself to Mr. Kejriwal. I think in last 4.5 years, we all have seen that either it has been criticizing opposition, either he's I think, criticized people and then gone to the court, and then obviously after that he's apologized as well. I think we're not going to go down to that level as well. There's a huge difference between Bharatiya Janata Party and Aam Aadmi Party, and that difference needs to be there, and that difference needs to stay. And that is why we are saying that whatever we promise, and we will not take 4.5 years to deliver that. The promises will be very real. The promises should be achievable as well. So those are the promises we will make. We will try and give them the base, try and give Delhiites the basic requirements, whether it's try and work on clean air, clean water, and try and give them the infrastructure as well. There are some great things what we can do. There is this problem of parking. We should have multi-level parkings in East Delhi, and that is something, those basic needs are very important.
Did the BJP make life tough for you? For,
sorry, Mama,
you know, a lot of speculation going on that you will be fielded from New Delhi, and then you were shifted to East Delhi, and that too in the last minute virtually, without leaving you too much time for campaigning. Have you been shortchanged by the BJP?
Not at all. Absolutely not. I think I have never demanded for any constituency. I think I'm a Delhi boy, and I was born in Delhi. I did all my studies from Delhi. I did my schooling from modern school. I did my graduation from Delhi. So Delhi belongs to me, and I'm emotional about Delhiites, and I want to do something for Delhiites. I've not got into this politics thinking that if it's not New Delhi, it can't be any other constituency. Look, when you want to work, you can work in any space, and so I've got this great opportunity, great platform to try and do something good for the East Delhi constituency, and hopefully I can deliver. I can deliver to the expectations of the people.
So Gautam Gambhir, you've had run-ins with various Kashmir politicians. Jammu and Kashmir former CM Mehbooba Mufti has blocked you on her Twitter, and Omar Abdullah has asked you and advised you to stick to the issues that you know about. Clearly he is hinting that you only know about cricket. Have you thought about getting back into a conversation with them and sending them a few home truths now that you are a politician as well?
Look, all I can say is that, yeah, to a certain extent, Omar Abdullah is right, that I only know about cricket, but then at least I've taken a plunge with an honest heart and with the right intentions to get into politics and get into public life and do something good for the people of my constituency and for the people of Delhi. At least I've gone with a clear heart, and mark my words, if I'm not able to succeed in whatever I promise, I'll be the first one to put my hand up and say that yes, I will apologize, and probably those people have never apologized for whatever has happened in Kashmir till now, but I'll be the first one. This is what was taught to me
what's your message
when I was
to Omar Abdullah and
doing my
Mehbooba
first
Mufti
profession
tonight?
when I was playing cricket for my country. They should have apologized long time back for the kind of condition Kashmir is in. And I think they've never done that. In fact, when I came to your show, when I did Frankly Speaking, I said the same thing, that one thing that was taught to me very early on in my life was, and in my first profession was, that if I make a mistake, if I have not delivered something what I have promised, probably if I have failed in certain things, I'll put my hand up and I'll apologize to the people. And probably they should have done that long time back. But I promise you on the national channel that if I'm not able to deliver to the promises what I make, and those will be genuine promises, it will not be, I will not show them stars, it will be promises which can be achievable. If I don't achieve that, I'll definitely put my hand up and apologize.
So any of your cricketer friends, any celebrities going to come in and campaign for you in East Delhi? Gautam Gambhir, is the Indian cricket team going to be with you when you campaign?
Ma'am, generally if you ask me, I don't want that to happen. I think we will go out there and campaign for positive politics. We will try and tell people that we want to make a change rather than make it a celebrity kind of a campaign, because it is about going there and just looking at what the basic problems are. And if people think that I'm the right candidate, they will definitely vote for me. If they think that there are better candidates than me, and if they believe in them more, probably they'll take the cake. But then I don't want it to be a celebrity kind of a campaign, because I should go out there and try and win this on my own credibility, and try and win on a vision what we're going to give it to the people of the constituency.
So then why is the BJP getting in people like Sunny Deol, people like Hansraj Hans, Daler Mehndi, Hema Malini, and you yourself are a celebrity? If celebrity power is not important, then why is the BJP really going out of its way to get in celebrities?
All I can say is that people can come from different professions in public life as well, but the most important thing is that it has to have the right intention and the right heart as well. If your heart is in the right place, if your intentions are very clear, if you want to do something good, you can come from any space because it's public life. You can just, if you feel that you want to touch many more lives, if you want to help, if you believe in development, if you really want to see your city or your constituency in a good space, people can come from any space. So it's not about where you come from, it's about what you deliver. So there's nothing wrong in people coming from Bollywood, people coming from sports, getting into politics. It's about what they can achieve and with what intent do they come. So I'm absolutely fine with all that.
What do you think about the Tukde Tukde gang, the Tukde Tukde gang in JNU, and the fact that the Congress party now thinks that sedition is a law which is archaic and should be done away with?
See, I've already answered this in your previous interview that there is no place for anti-nationals in this country. See, I've again maintained that for me, country comes first, then my parents, and then I think because country is something which has given me my identity, probably the most important identity which has been given to me by my nation. So if people want to divide this country, if people want to break this country, I think there is no place for them. And I'm absolutely clear on that stand.
I just want to ask you one last question. Are you seeing on the ground in East Delhi a Modi wave, which Modi himself has said is present, a pro-incumbency wave? Do you see it on the ground as a candidate of the BJP in Delhi, which has been hostile to the BJP?
Yes, there is a lot of wave, no doubt about that, and there is a lot of excitement as well. There's a lot of excitement. People do trust Bharatiya Janata Party, and I'm not saying it just because of whatever I've seen it in last 1 or 2 days, but it's just the excitement. When I go on ground, I just see how much people trust, have trust in Bharatiya Janata Party, and I'm sure there will be a lot of expectations, and hopefully I can deliver on that expectation, because that is going to be our biggest challenge. Our biggest challenge is not against Aam Aadmi Party or Congress. Our biggest challenge will be what we promise, if we can deliver that.
All right, Gautam Gambhir, thank you very much for joining me on the election hot seat, and good luck to you for your campaign and for your contest on the 12th of May. Thank you very much, Gautam Gambhir. And that's all from me on Newshour tonight. Good night from me. Newshour with Padmaja Joshi coming up next. Don't go away.
The News Hour at 9 will be right back after the break.